Hey, welcome back to Yoga with Tim. I'm back here with Jacob today, and Jacob's going to be practicing while I teach. Today we're going to have a new focus. We went through the yamas, and now we're going to learn about the niyamas. So the yamas are like the don'ts, the niyamas are like the do's. So this first one is saucha, or purity or cleanliness. So before you practice, it's a good idea to have a cleansing ritual. A shower or a bath can feel good before you practice. Did you shower before you came over here?
I did this morning.
So a shower or a bath can leave you feeling refreshed. It also allows your skins and your pores to feel more open. Personally, I feel more alive in my body if I do a type of cleansing ritual like that. But if you don't have the time or the space to be able to do that, just something like washing your hands or even a little cleansing meditation, which we're going to do today. But if you want to pause and go get your bath on for like a half an hour and then come back, that's cool too. Okay, so let's start off seated. Sit with your legs crossed at the middle of the shins. We're sitting on a little lift because it's going to help to keep the spine upright so that you don't tuck under. And then rest your hands on your legs wherever feels comfortable and close your eyes. So being clean on the outside is also something that can help us to focus on cleanliness on the inside. So just our thoughts, the thoughts that we entertain, the words that we speak, this can all have an influence on our mind. So the thoughts that we're allowing to come in when we practice, the thoughts that we're entertaining, when we're practicing, we're just practicing watching the breath. So let's shift our focus onto the breath and allow ourselves to empty and let go of any of the junk that's cluttering up the mind. And sometimes, often, it feels like it gets stuck in the body. Emotions and thoughts get stuck in the body. So just empty the body, empty before you begin. With each exhalation, allow the body to be free of what you're still holding. Feel as you breathe in that you're breathing in new, fresh, life force energy, cleansing, healing, soothing. And then open your eyes and take child's pose. Then downward facing dog. Then walk your feet forward to the front of your mat and fold forward, Uttanasana. Put a little bend in your knees, let the back of your head drop. Then with the bend in your knees, today we're going to practice rolling up from Uttanasana instead of coming up with the flat back. So with that bend in your knees, release your navel into your spine like when we practiced Uddiyana Bandha today, and slowly roll yourself up one vertebra at a time from the back of the spine. Let the head be the last thing to come up. Slowly, slowly. And then roll the shoulders back and open up, stand tall up over your ankles. Then inhale, raise your arms up to the ceiling. And exhale, fold forward, little bend in the knees if you need to. Inhale, flat back, elongate your spine. Exhale, fold deeper. Then with that little bend in your knees again, roll yourself up to stand. Roll from the back of the spine, one vertebra at a time. And raise your arms up. And exhale, fold forward out over your legs. Good, then inhale, flat back, elongate your spine. Step your left leg back into a lunge. Big step back, come up onto your fingertips now. and straighten your back leg. Curl the toes under, lift the back knee. Then float your arms back behind you and hover your chest just above your knee. Practice the rotation of your arms to re-emphasize what we've been working on. Roll from the inner arms to the outer arms. Express the collarbones, the upper chest. Good, then from here, set your left hand down and twist. Take your right arm up. Lengthen out through the midline. Reach to your back inner heel and lift your chest away from your hips as you turn. Then bring your right hand back down. Spin your back heel down onto the mat and put your right hand down onto the inside of your foot. Then take your left arm up. If you're all hunched over to be here, you could put your hand on a block to help give you a little more height. But as you're holding, like we learned, turn the right thigh out and hug the right hip in. Lift from the side ribs, get length through your spine, and then start to turn your chest. Bring your left hand down. So now both hands on the inside of the foot as you spin your back heel up. Hold there for an extra breath and reach your chest forward. Then step your back foot forward so the foot comes to the outside of your hand. So you have both hands on the inside of the feet now. Good. Then inhale, flat back, lengthen. Exhale, bend the knees and lower the buttocks towards the floor without the heels lifting up off the mat. So when we practiced the runners class, that was a great we practiced some stretches to help to open up the ankles so that the ankles would move better for a pose like this. So you can go back to practicing that stretch if you need to at the wall. Oh, it's getting real in here now. Okay. Then fold forward, Uttanasana. Let your head drop. Inhale, flat back, elongate your spine. Step your right foot back into a lunge. So as you curl your back toes under, lift your back knee up away from the floor, resist gravity with your right leg. Then start to reach your chest forward and float your arms back behind you. So wake up your core muscles, lift from your belly up to your heart. And as you hold here, turn from your inner arms to your outer arms. Feel the blades glide onto the back. Then set your right hand down and twist. Take your left arm up. Keep lengthening through the midline. Try not to lean back or round forward, but get long as you twist. The length is more important than how much you twist. Put your left hand down on the inside of your foot now. Turn your back heel down and keep your left hip hugging in and drawing back as you reach your right arm up and twist. Then bring your right hand back down. So both hands will be on the inside of the foot now as you spin your back heel up. Good. Step your back foot forward to the outside of your right hand. Then slowly start to lower your hips down without your inner ankles sinking. Keep the inner ankles lifted and keep your heel bones down. If your butt doesn't drop down like this really easily, no worries, just keep your fingertips on the floor and let the hips start to breathe towards the floor closer. Then straighten your legs and fold forward, Uttanasana. Bring your hands to your hips and come all the way up to stand. Join the feet together, join your palms together. Sun salute A, inhale, raise your arms up. Easy style for the first one. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, Ardha, flat back, lengthen. Step back one leg at a time into plank. Shift forward and lower slowly to Chaturanga. Then lie down on your belly and flip your toes back. Inhale into Cobra. So just warming up your spine for this first back bend. Turn the thighs into neutral. Roll from the inner thigh to the outer thigh. Broaden at the base of your butt cheek. I know him well, so I give that adjustment to him. Don't worry. Then lift up from your belly up to your heart and start to roll up into up dog. As you roll into up dog, that bottom of the butt cheek is going to want to narrow in. Don't let it. Keep turning from the inner thigh to the outer thigh. Downward facing dog, glide back. Look in between your hands. Step, walk, or hop up to the top of your mat. Inhale, Ardha, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Press to stand. Inhale, come all the way up. Raise your arms. Exhale, Samasthiti. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Step back and lower to Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Bend your knees, look between your hands. Step or hop up to the front. And inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale into chair pose, bend your knees, sit your hips back, raise your arms up. Good, come all the way up to stand, Samasthiti. Sun Salute B, inhale into chair, bend your knees and sit back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, Ardha, flat back. Step back and lower to Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your right foot, warrior one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your left foot, Vira one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. From down dog, look forward, step or hop up to the top. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale into chair pose, bend knees, sit back, Utkatasana. Come all the way up to stand, bring your hands to your heart. Then separate your feet, hip socket distance apart. That's like the distance of two fists, if you could fit two fists in between your feet. Then with your hands on your hips, as you inhale, roll your shoulders back and look up. Exhale, fold forward and grab a hold of your big toes. Inhale, reach your heart forward again, elongate your spine. Exhale, fold, let the head drop. Hold here for 5 breaths. Let the backs of the knees open. Let the hips start to lean over your heels if they lean back. Good, then inhale, flat back, elongate. Exhale, hands onto your hips. Press down through your feet and come all the way up to stand. Good, turn to your right and separate your feet wide apart. Spread your arms out. Turn your left toes in slightly, turn your right leg all the way out. Triangle pose. Reach out over your right leg as you turn the thigh from inside out. Make sure that your right knee is pointing straight ahead, that it's not twisted in at all. Then press down through your feet, inhale, come back up, and turn your feet to the other side. Turn that left thigh from inside out and reach all the way out over your left leg. Good, and hold there for 5 breaths. Reach down through your feet, inhale, come back up, twist a triangle, put your right hand on your hip, turn your right foot all the way out, angle your back foot in a little more than halfway. Then reach out and put your hand down wherever you like it, inside of the foot, block. Let's go to the inside of the foot. I forgot that I'm working with you guys today. Okay, so as you put your hand on the inside of the foot, it'll help to get more length on the inside of your ankles. So like you're trying to draw a line in between your ankles to your head, pull yourself as long as you can, and then start to turn from your back ribs down towards the floor. Good. Then take your right arm up. So eventually, you'll try to put your hand on the outside of your foot, but still hold that line. But that's kind of difficult to feel, so we'll just start off training the line in the body with the hand right there. Press down through your feet, inhale, come back up and spin around for the other side. Then reach and put your hand down. As you inhale, lengthen straight out in between your ankles, your tailbone reaches straight back, head reaches straight forward. Then start to turn your ribs as you exhale. And once you're steady enough to, take your arm up. Good, then press down into your feet, inhale, come back up to stand. And step up to the top of your mat for a moment, stand in mountain pose. Balance evenly across your feet. Then step your right foot back for Parsvakonasana. Uttita Parsvakonasana. Turn the right leg all the way out, turn the left foot in slightly, bend your right knee. Put your right hand down onto the outside of your foot. Take your left arm all the way overhead. Reach evenly through your back heel, stretch through your back leg and lengthen. Then turn your right thigh all the way out. Inhale, come back up. Turn your feet to the other side, bend your knee, put your hand down onto the outside of your foot, and reach your right arm all the way over. Reach through your back leg into your back heel. Turn your left thigh out and press it back up against your arm. And then once you find your length, start to turn your ribs more. Inhale, come back up. Now turn your right foot all the way out, spin your back heel up like crescent, raise your arms up. Put your right hand on your hip, then hook your left elbow onto your right knee. Once you get the elbow to hook, push it down and lift your chest instead of sinking, and then join your palms together. Hold there, 5 breaths. Keep resisting gravity with your back thigh, lift the back thigh bone up. Lift your chest away from your right thigh, and then let the right thigh drop just a little deeper. Now it's a little bit of a balance challenge coming out of this one. So as you press evenly through your feet, inhale, come back up. For the other side, spin your back heel up, take your arms up. Then left hand to hip. Good, join your palms together and twist. Lift your back thigh bone. Keep lengthening straight out in between your legs. And then start to turn from your belly up to your chest. Good, then inhale, come back up to stand. And step to the top of your mat, mountain pose. Good, stand tall and balanced over your feet. Bring your right knee up and reach down onto the inside of your right knee. Take a hold of your big toe. Then see if you can start to stretch the leg out in front of you without tucking under. Draw your right thigh up and back. Remember, you can always use a strap. We learned earlier to use the strap, that's fine. Then open the leg to the side, keeping your belly button pointing straight ahead. Bring your leg back to center, raise your arms up. Hold that leg up, hold it strong. Good, lower your leg down and release your arms. Change legs. Bring your knee up and reach down to the inside of your knee, take your big toe. Now just stand tall holding the big toe, and then see to what degree can you straighten the leg out in front of you before everything starts to tuck under. Draw the left thigh, right thigh bone back up, stand tall, then open your leg to the side, but keep your belly button pointing straight ahead. Bring your leg back to center, hold, take your arms up, don't let that leg fall, keep it up. Oh, lift your standing leg thigh back up again. And release, mountain pose. Nice job. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back to down dog or take a vinyasa, your call. Good, then from down dog, step your right foot all the way up by your right thumb. Set your back knee down onto the floor. Then hang out here in your lunge, or if you can reach back with your right hand to grab a hold of your foot or your ankle, go ahead and practice that. So this is a great stretch for your quad. It moves the stretch up the quad a little bit. Sometimes you can even feel it in your hip flexor and your psoas. But if it's too much on your knee or your back to do this, then just keep both hands down. I like to use blocks in this. I think Jacob figured out that he likes to use blocks in the lunge too. So yeah, you can always prop yourself up to help get you into the stretch in the right place. It doesn't mean that you're less advanced or anything. It just means that for your proportions, to get the stretch in the right place, it'll help you to shift your body around a little bit. So if anything, it means you're a more advanced practitioner because you have more awareness. Then release that and change sides. Left foot forward, right knee down. Good, then hold there or reach back with your left hand for your foot or your ankle. And hold for 5 breaths. And release. Stretch back to down dog. Then shift into plank pose and lie down onto your belly. Clasp your hands behind your back. Then lift your shoulders, head, chest up off the mat. Come up. But when you come up, keep turning that thigh bone like we practiced, inner thigh to outer thigh. Then lift the legs up just an inch. Lift from your belly up to your heart and reach to your toes. And lower back down. Good. Take a breath there, relax. Then interlock the hands again behind your back. Turn the blades on the back again, lift up one more time, head, chest, legs up. Now bend your knees, bring your heels towards your hands. And if it's there today, if you can just grab a hold of your feet, go ahead. If you have to twist and torque to grab your feet, don't worry about it. Just keep your hands interlocked. If you have your feet, go ahead, lift up your shins and reach. And release, lower yourself back down. Good, just rest your head for a couple breaths. Up dog. Plant your hands, roll your chest through. Down dog. So a great way to release your spine after back bends is to do core work, which is what we're going to do right now. Here we go. Shift into plank pose. Hold strong in your plank. And like we practiced a few days ago, knit from your front ribs in and down so that you're engaging your transverse. Then raise your right leg without your middle twisting. Now you're turning on your obliques too. That's rad. Change legs. Lift the left leg up an inch. Hold steady in your middle. Set that foot down. Stretch back to down dog. Then bring your feet together and roll to the outside edge of your left foot. Side plank, Vashisthasana. So as you're balancing here, remember you can set your knee down to modify, but roll your inner left shoulder to your outer shoulder so that you're not bearing weight in the wrong place in your shoulder. Good, then down dog, stretch back. Change sides, roll to the outside edge of your right foot, raise your left arm. Roll that right inner shoulder to the outer shoulder, chest open, head all the way back in line with the spine. Good, down dog, stretch back. All right, then let's practice the single leg pigeon setup, the upright pigeon. So step your right foot up by your right thumb. Then lower your back knee down. Wiggle your left foot over towards your left thumb and turn your right thigh out as you do. Then to set the shin all the way down, scoot your foot closer to your left knee until you can lay that right shin all the way down onto the mat. Good. Then see if you can scoot your left knee back a little bit more. And then maybe you'll come up onto the blocks to help to get the stretch for your chest. But start to upright yourself up over your hips. So again, sometimes it's just proportions. Like the other day when we were practicing the same pose with Cheyenne, because she had longer arms, she could get the same amount of extension on her fingertips. But for like Jacob and I, because of the length of our arm and relationship to our torso, if we come up onto blocks, it actually helps us to get deeper into it. So you can feel what works for you. All right, then change sides. Step that left foot up and then turn the thigh out. Go ahead. Set the shin down. And then once you lower your, you can start to scoot your right knee back to get deeper into the stretch in your hip. And then upright yourself. And just hold there for 5 breaths. All right, now make your way into Dandasana. Sit with your legs stretched straight out in front of you. So just lean over onto your left hip and bring your right leg around. And as you sit tall in Dandasana, twist to your right. Dandasana twist. Bring your left hand to the outside of your right leg, right hand behind you. Then twist to your left. Right hand to the outside of your left thigh, left hand behind you. Then come back to center, stretch your arms out in front of you, and slowly roll yourself down, one vertebra at a time onto your back. Good, lower all the way down now. Just let your feet fall open, let your hands turn up at your side. And just let go, let the body drop. Anywhere it feels in your body, like where it's resisting shavasana or resisting gravity, just give up now, let go. Then gently bend your knees and roll over to your side. Press yourself all the way up to seated. Sit up tall with your palms together. Thank you. Namaste. All right, thank you. If you enjoyed today's video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, let me know what you thought, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.